yeah, to 10. Please, whoever left the meeting, ask them to join. Because we are studying iterations today, okay? We are studying iteration. We might cover mini minor topic in iterations. So I'll be needing everyone. You guys can go drink water. We'll wait till 2:10. Okay. Okay, it's 2:10. So let's start a lecture. So today we are learning iterations. Iteration means nothing but the loops, right? For loop, while loop, do while loop. We are studying all three today. Okay. So in yesterday's class, we have completed the control statement like if else, and switch case, right? If else, and nested if, right? Nested if also, and switch case also we have completed. So now we will come today. We'll complete iteration. Okay. We'll cover each and my topic. So first, let's go and see what are iteration. I'll show my screen. Yeah, ternary operator tool. You are right, Shravanti. Okay. So let's first understand what is ternary operator. Okay, ternary statement. So have you seen your in the middle school in the 9th, 10th? Have you seen your teachers taking the attention? What she said, it if roll number one is present or not, right? Then the roll number one student asks, yes, ma'am, present. Then again she says, roll number two, present or not? Then the roll number two student get up and say, ma'am, I'm present, right? So, ma'am, this repeat this process again and again, right? Roll number three, are you present or not? Roll number four, are you present or not? Right? So, what is she doing? She is just repeating the same process again and again for the uh, number of students, right? Until she reaches the limit, right? So, if the class is about 40 number of students in the class, there are 40 number of students. Okay. So your class teacher takes start at attendance from roll number one. Roll number one present or not? Roll number two present or not? Roll number three present or not? Right? So she will continue. She or he will continue the step, right? Again and again, repeat the same step again and again till the last roll number reach. Right? So compare this. What is the starting point? What is the starting point? Starting point of this loop is roll number one, right? She is starting from the roll number one. Okay. And what is she repeating? What is she repeating? Roll number this is present or not, right? Roll number this is present or not. This is the statement that she is repeating for each and every student. Till what point she'll reach? The last roll number, right? So until and unless your last roll number is reached, she'll continue. So the last roll number is your condition, right? So the last roll number is your condition. And she's going one by one. So she's incrementing by +1. Getting my point? So iteration statements are nothing but a block of statement with the help of a particular statement, with the help of one particular statement, we will repeat that block of code, again and again till the end reach, right? Till the end reach. What happened in iteration? We repeat the same block of code again and again till the end condition reach. Okay. This is done by a statement called iteration statements. Okay, called iteration statements. So this was all about the introduction of iteration statements. Okay. So after this introduction, what is this? This one last. Okay, you are right, Shravanti. You are definitely right. So there are we will study three type of iteration statement today. Okay, one is while, second is for, and other than that is do while. Okay, so today in today's class we'll study three of them. So first we'll study while loop. Okay. Just a minute. Yeah. So a while loop is a control flow statement that allow code to execute repeatedly based on a given Boolean condition. So the while loop is totally depend on whatever condition you put inside this while condition. This while loop, totally depends on the condition that you put in the while parenthesis. So check here in the flow diagram. Check here in the flow diagram. So what we do in the while expression is first we initialize, right? First we initialize. We introduced a variable and we put that initial value inside that. So that variable is known as control variable. Okay. So control variable is nothing but the variable in which we initialize the value. Okay. So what I'm saying, sorry, huh? So I'm saying is control variable is nothing but a variable in which we store our initial value. Okay. So in while loop, we provide the control variable above this while. Okay. Above you see here, above this while we provide our control variable in which we do, in which we provide initial value, right? Again, then we'll check the while condition. Again, we'll check the while condition. If the condition is true, whatever statement we have in the while block, it will get executed, right? And if false, the statement just after this while block will get executed. It's that simple. Okay. So sorry, the first step for while expression is we provide initial value to the control variable, right? Above this while condition, and after that we enter the while. We check the condition is true or false. If it is true, then the whatever code we have inside this while loop, it will get executed. If false, whatever condition we have just next to the while block will get executed. It's that simple. Okay, so this was about the theory of while expression, while loop. So let's understand better this while expression with the help of a simple program. Okay. If I'm going fast, guys, just let me know. Okay. At any point, if I'm going fast, just let me know. Am I going fast? No, no. So we'll take a new project file, new and project. Then we have the latest version, right? We have the latest version. We'll click next. And after that, we'll click on the checkbox and next. So then we'll provide the name to your project. Let's provide name as SRH, SRH, Sunrises Hyderabad, and then let this. Okay. So we have given a package name as IPL latest and project name as SRH. Okay. So we'll just finish it. We'll work in new window and wait for the newest interface. Okay. So we'll work on this. Now we'll just remove this. Okay. Now what I'm doing over here is I'm initializing an control variable I. I'm initializing a control variable I with the value of 1. Okay. So I initialize one control variable with initial value I, and now I'm doing while. Now I'm doing while. And in that while I'm providing one condition which says I is less than 5. I is less than 5. I have provided this condition. Now I'll open one parenthesis. I'll open one parenthesis, and inside that I'm printing SOUT. Inside I'm that printing balance sheet. Okay. So inside that I'm printing this, and again I'm incrementing I plus plus. Okay. So you can see over here in the right upper corner, we don't have any red mark, right? We don't have any red mark. So our program is right. Let's run this program and check if we are right or not. So you can see over here it's building. Okay. So in the output you can see talent share is printed 4 times, right? Talent share is printed 4 times. But I have used I less than 5. Then why 4 times? Because we have started with 1, right? We have started with 1 and our condition is less than 5. So the counter will be, our I counts will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's it. Because I is less than 5. So we cannot count till 5, right? And if I do like this, if I do I is less than equal to 5, then it will print 5 times. It's building, it's compiling over here, you can say it. And in the output you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now in the condition I have included 5. That's why the talent is printed 5 times. Okay. So I'll explain this program, this while program again. So open your eyes and ears, put down your pens, and just focus on this screen. Okay. So what we did in this while loop is, first we initialize, right? We initialize I equal to 0. First we initialize I equal to 0, and after that I have put it a while condition. While condition. And inside that while condition, I have used a print statement which print talent show, then I increment. Okay. So first we will check the condition is true or not. So I is less than 5, right? I is less than equal to 5. So it will print talent show. So until 5 reach, it will print talent show, right? So if I exit 5, so if I became 6, then I is definitely not equal to 5, right? I is greater than 5. So that's why loop breaks, and we get the output as this. So look at the sequence. In what happened in while loop is, first we initialize, right? First we initialize, then the while condition, initialize while condition, and then at the last increment or decrement. Okay. First initialize, then condition, and at the last increment or decrement. Okay. So I hope each and every one of you got this easy program. Just let me know if you guys understood this program or not. Okay, what about others? Just two girls? We have 74 people in this meeting, and just four of them got this concept while loop. What about the rest 70 girls? Please, girls, you should respond. Okay, you should respond. If you do not respond, then how am I supposed to understand that you got the point? Okay, you should respond. Then only I'll be comfortable in teaching you. Okay, that's great. Everyone, I guess everyone understood. Okay, okay. Thank you for the responses, guys. Thank you very much. So this was all about our while loop. Now let's see for loop. Okay. Now let's see for loop. Where is my PPT? Reflection on while loop. For loop. Okay. For loop. So Java for loop provide a constant way of writing the loop structure. The for statement consume initialization, condition, and increment decrement in the same line. So let me tell you guys, let me tell you one thing. This for loop, this for loop and while loop serves the same purpose. Okay, they have only one purpose, means iteration. These are nothing but the same. Just differs between the syntax. There's a difference between the syntax only. Okay, so you can see in for loop, look at the syntax. Look at the syntax in this slide. Okay, in the for loop we have for, then initialization, condition, and increment decrement in the same line, right? We in the for loop we have initialization, condition, and increment decrement in the same line. But what was happening in the while loop? Okay, I'll see. Uh, what was happening in the for loop is first we were initializing, right? First we were initializing, and then the condition, and after that increment decrement, right? All three in the different lines, all three on the different line. But what happening in the for loop is everything like initialization, condition, and increment decrement are in the same line. Okay, just listen this, that both while and for have the same purpose, that is iteration. It just they differ between the syntax, that's it, nothing else. Okay, so you guys see the syntax over here for initialization, condition, and increment decrement, right? And after that let's see one simple program for better understanding. Okay, let's see one for loop program for better understanding. Let's go on our compiler. Okay, so now we'll go on our resource file, and then we will find our package. In that package I'll right click, then new Java class. So I'll use warner.java, right? Warner.java. So here in the new class we can see that I'm here with the my main class as Warner, my main class as Warner. Okay, now inside that I need to introduce my main method. Inside that I need to introduce my main method. For that I'll write psvm, public static void main, and inside that main method I'm using one random variable sum equals to 0 semicolon, then I'm giving my for condition. Okay, now in that for I'm initializing x equals to 0, sorry 1, semicolon. Then I'm putting in condition. Let's say x is less than equal to 10. This is my condition. And I'm using x plus plus increment operator. So now I'm using one bracket to enter the for loop, and inside that for loop I'm performing one operation, which is sum equals to sum plus x. Sum equals to sum plus x. Okay, so now outside that for loop I'm using one print statement that it will print sum is, then I'm using println, right? So that's why I'll write plus then sum. Okay, so this is how we completed our program. So let's run this program, and after seeing the output we'll understand this whole program. Okay, so let's run this Warner as main. We'll run this Warner as main. Okay, you can see it's building, and the output our sum is 55. So in our output you can see the sum is 55. So what are we doing here in this program? Let's see what are we doing. First we will use an empty variable in which we are going to store our result. This program is all about addition of numbers till 10. Addition of number till 10. So it will start from 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. We are adding like this. In this program we are adding like this: plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, so for that I need to initialize x equal to 1, right? I'll start from x equals to 1, and I need addition till 10. Okay, I need addition till 10. So that's why I have used x less than equal to 10. Okay, then I'll do x plus plus. I'll do x plus plus. Okay, so this was my for condition, and inside that for condition I'm performing one expression, sum equals to sum plus x. So let's check it up once. So the value of sum is 0, right? The value of sum is 0, plus x is 1 right now. X is 1. So 0 plus 1 equal to 0, right? So 1 is stored in sum right now. Yeah. Then again x will increment, right? X plus plus, x will increment. X became 1. X became 2. So this in sum we are having 1, right? 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Now 3 is stored in this sum, right? Again x got incremented, became 3. So 3 plus 3 will become 6, will be stored in this sum, right? Again x increment became 4. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. 6 plus 4 equal to 10. Again it got stored in this sum. So this process will repeat again and again. This process will repeat again and again till it reach x equal to 10, right? X equal to 10. If the x exit 10, if x equal to became 11, if x became 11, then for loop breaks, right? The for loop breaks, and whatever we have in this println statement, it will get executed. So in this print statement I'm printing sum is. Okay, sum is. So whatever value I have in this sum got printed as 55. Okay, so it performed as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 equals to 55. This was my simple program for loop. So if you guys want me to change the value this for 20, okay, so now I'll add this till 20. So let's see the value. In the output you can see that my sum became 210 now. So it get added till from 1 to 20. 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 20. So this was my for loop example. This was my for loop example. Okay, so just let me know, guys, how many of you guys understood this simple program? How many of you guys understood this simple program? And if understood, please take this screenshot, okay, and performed it at home. And if you do not understood this program, I'll explain it again, no worries. Thank you for your response, guys. What about others? What about others? The 7 girl understood this. What about other girls? Kirtipia, Chandana, Sudha, Ambika. What about you? What about you guys? Understood or not? What about Vanita, Tulasi? Okay. Okay, great. Just respond, guys, okay? Until you do not respond, then how should I supposed to know that you guys understood this, right? So this was all about our for loop. Okay. Okay. So for next, I'll be needing one next explanation. I'll needing one whiteboard. Okay. So see on the whiteboard now. See on the whiteboard what I'm explaining. So this is my for loop. This is my for loop, and inside that I have initialization, semicolon, condition, semicolon, and then increment, decrement, plus or minus, right? Now, and my open my parenthesis, and inside that I'll having some statements, right? I'll having some statements, and my for loop is closed. So this is for loop and while loop. For while loop, I'll be initializing first, right? Initialization. Beneath that, beneath that, I'm using while, right? While condition, while condition, and opening bracket, and after that, I'm having statements. I'm having statement, and my bracket get closed. Okay. So this is for this is loop. In the for loop, the initialization condition is in the first step only. In the at the entrance, right? At the entrance, and in the while loop, the condition is also in the entrance only. So whatever the iteration statements, whatever the iteration statements having condition for entrance in the statement block. Listen to my words. What I'm saying. Whatever the iteration statements having the condition at the entrance are known as entry level loops. Entry level loops. Whatever the iteration statements having condition as your entry is known as entry level loop, right? So this was my entry level loop, but at some cases, you need to enter this statement block anyhow. Okay, you need to enter the statement block anyhow. Means at least it should perform this program at least one, right? It should perform this statement at least one. So for that we are using do while. So what happens in do while is first I write do, open parenthesis, then I have block of statements, and my do loop get closed. And just after do loop, I have my while condition. First, before this, first we have initialization and do. After that, plus plus or minus minus. Okay. Okay. What was happening in for and for and while the condition was our entry, right? So that's why these two loops are known as entry level loop. But in some cases you need to perform that uh, block of code at least once. Okay, at least once. So in that cases you have this do while. Okay, do while. This do while will perform the same operation only, iteration only. But the difference is it has condition at the end. It has condition at the end. It is similar to while. This do while is similar to while, but what happened is this condition is at the end. It will enter the program irrespective to the condition. It will enter this block of code irrespective to the condition, because condition is at the end. So the type of statements, the type of iteration statement in which the condition as at the exit is known as exit level loops. Okay. The iteration statements having condition at the point of exit is known as exit level loops. Okay, so let's understand the syntax for do while loop first. Let's understand the syntax for do while. Okay, so you can see in the do while here we have first do. Above this do we have initialization. Okay, initialization, then do, then we'll open this. Then the program will directly enter the do block. It will perform these statements, and after that it will check the condition. Okay, after that it will check the condition. I hope everyone understood this. What do you say? Syntax. So for better understanding of this do while loop, let's go on the compiler and see. And let's see how much can we understand by this program. Okay. So for that I'll be needing one Java class. Okay. Let's name this as Bhuvaneshwar dot Java. So this is our new class as Bhuvaneshwar. Okay, inside that we'll use main method public static void main. Okay, so inside that main method, what I'm doing is I'm initializing first. Int I equals to, let's say 5. Int I equals to 5. And after that I'll write a do statement. Okay, inside that do I'm printing. Again I'm printing Bhuvi is in Palantir. Okay, so this is my print statement, and after that print statement, after this print statement, I'll increment, right? First, after that I'll increment my I plus plus. Okay, and now I'll write my while condition. Now I'll write my while condition. While I is less than 5. Okay, let's do this one. Okay. So this is our program. Let's see after running this program, what output we get. Arey yaar, I should run this as main, right? So in the output you can see Bhuvi is in Talentio. Okay, so what was happening here? Let's understand this program now. After reading the output, let's understand this program. What was happening over here is first we initialize, as we talked, first we initialize in do while statement, right? Then after that do, and inside that do, I'm having a printing statement called bhuvi is in Talentio. Bhuvi is in Talentio. Okay. Then I have my increment, then my while condition. So due to this overall program, I'm printing bhuvi as 5 times. Okay. So now let's understand that how it print only once. I mean, at least once. How this do while loop print at least one. I'll intentionally make this condition wrong. Okay. I will intentionally make this while condition wrong by initializing I equal to 6. Okay. By initializing I equal to 6, and let's check the output. So in the output, you can see it is printing bhuvi is in Talentio. Even if the condition is wrong, right? Even if the condition is wrong, we have I equals to 6, right? Directly I equals to 6 and I is less than 5. So the condition is wrong, right? But we don't have condition over here in the first do statement, right? At the entry point, we don't have any condition. That's why it entered the do loop. It printed move in Talentio, incremented, but saw that this condition is wrong. So that's why it does not perform any further operation. Directly the loop got break and we got the output as bhuvi is in Talentio. So this was about our uh, do while loop. Okay, so this was all about our do while loop. Let's perform one another program on do while. Okay, let's perform one another program in do while. Same, I'll just, okay, first take the screenshot of this. Please first take the screenshot of this, then we'll check on another program. Asha, Bhubaneswar is the nearest city to us. Okay, well, I was talking about the Bhubaneswar Kumar. Okay, the SRH player, but it's really great you have Bhubaneswar, a nice city near you. Okay, so let's perform one new program. For that, I'll be initializing again. Let's take x equals to um, 6. Let's take 6 1 and one random variable sum. Sum equals to 0. Yeah, now I'm doing do, opening the parenthesis, and in that parenthesis I'm performing an operation sum equals to sum plus x. Sum equals to sum plus x. But instead of writing this much, instead of writing sum equal to sum plus x, I'll simply write it as sum equals to sum plus equals to x. This statement itself means sum equals to sum plus x. Okay, no need to get confused. This statement means sum equals to sum plus 1. That's it. It's just short form. Okay, no need to get confused about this. Then after that, I'll do x plus 1. I'll increment x, right? And after that, I'll write my while condition. While x is less than 10. X is less than 10. Okay, this is my while condition. And outside that, I'm printing sum is, okay, I'm using println, so I'll do plus and sum. Okay, so this sum will be get printed by using this println statement. Okay, so as you can see over here, we don't have any error, right? Let's run this program and see the output. Sum is 1. See, sum is 1 is printing. Why sum is 1 printing? Because the condition is wrong, right? We have x equal to 1. We have initialized x equal to 1. But in the while loop, we have x is greater than 1. But 1 is not greater than 10, right? 1 is definitely not greater than 10. So that's why the condition became false. It does not execute, it does not execute the incrementation, okay, and only printed this one, okay. But if I change this condition, if I say x is less than 10, if I say x is less than 10, then if I run it, in the output you can see I'm having sum is 45, right? Because I'm adding till 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why 9? Because my x is less than 10, right? My x is less than 10. That's why I'm using, sorry, till 9 only. But if I do less than equal to, less than equal to, then it will print my addition using addition including 10. So in the output you can see sum is 55, right? So it added number from 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 till 10, till plus 10. Okay. So this sum contains the addition of all 10 numbers, and in the print statement we are using sum is this, right? So that's why in the output you can see the sum is 55. Okay, the sum is 55. So this was all about the do while loop. Okay, so in the chat, please take the screenshot. Please take the screenshot of this. Please take the screenshot. Okay, so I guess everyone is done with the screenshot. Okay, okay. Arey, who is this? See the 1 to 9. If we add 1 to 9, now the sum will be 45. But if we add till 10, then the sum will be for 55. Okay, you can cross check it on the calculators. So now I want to tell you guys one thing is the entry level and the exit level differs in the condition, right? Differs from the condition. In the entry level, we write the condition at the first step, right? At the first step only. And in the exit level, we write the condition at the bottom, at the end. That's why this entry level will perform your iteration either zero at either 0 or till the end condition reaches. Okay, if the condition became wrong, it will perform 0 iteration, right? In the entry level, if the condition became wrong, it will do 0 iteration. But if the condition is right, it will perform iteration till the limit reach. But in the exit level, iteration will be performed at least once, because we have condition at the end. That's why. Okay, understood the difference between the entry level and exit level? Please let me know. Please let me know in the chat box if you guys understood the difference between entry level and exit level. Please let me know in the chat box if you guys understood the difference between entry level and exit level. Entry level will perform zero iteration, or till the limit reach. Till the limit is reached. Okay. Yeah. And at exit level, at least one iteration will be performed. Hey, why it getting erased? It's printing. Okay, just 2 girls understood. What about the rest 67 girls, 68 girls? You guys understood or not? Please let me know. Okay. Thank you so much for your response. Thank you so much for your responses, guys. Means a lot. Okay. So now we are at the end point of our class. At this point, you guys know what to do, right? At the end point of class, you guys know what to do. We will do feedback, right? Please go through this link. Please, everyone, like we have 69 people, right, in this class. Please, everyone, go to this feedback link and give me the feedback for today's class. Okay. It will be really appreciable if you guys go through this link and give me some feedback. And after this feedback, please give me thumbs up in the chat, or you can say hi or hello or anything you wish. Okay, thank you, Pavani. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Parvati. Thank you, Ramya. Thank you, Pujita. Thank you, Lavanya. Sita. Thank you, Shravanti. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Narsimha. Thank you, Sridevi. Thank you, Sushmita. Thank you, SRI. Thank you, Chandana. Okay, and guys, please, no one will leave the meeting. You guys have class after this. Okay, you guys have class after this, so no one will leave. Thank you, Sushmita. Thank you, Mahalakshmi. Arey, I